police!
Urgent assistance.
In modern Britain,
There's been a big accident.
the most dramatic 999 calls
The car is now on fire.
often require not one, but two emergency responders.
I'm a police officer, she's a paramedic.
In Kent, one of Britain's biggest counties,
I'm just thinking if we just cover it all.
a groundbreaking joint response unit has been formed,
Ready, set, lift.
where both police and paramedic combine in one specialist vehicle
You've been arrested for assault.
to answer some of the most extreme 999 calls.
Right, stand clear. Everyone clear? Shock.
We already outdone ourselves on that one.
Face the wall? Mate, I can't believe we got him.
Coming up, a critical call-out,
We are going to a 16-year-old, not breathing, and is stiff and got blue hands.
an overturned car on a country lane,
Have you got any injuries at the
I've
moment?
got injuries on my lower back.
and a race to save a stricken pensioner.
Caller states patient fell, bleeding head injury, pool of blood on the floor, cold to touch.
Kent's joint response units have experienced paramedics, which means they're often called to Category 1 incidents where there's an immediate threat to life.
L03, I've just got you on scene of this call. You're able to clear it and I can send it further.
Patient is stiff, not responding. Hands are blue.
Special Sergeant Hannah and paramedic Nathan are responding to an urgent call in Chatham in North Kent.
We are going to a 16-year-old that is unconscious, not breathing, is stiff and got blue hands. That's all we've got at the moment, so we don't know if they're dead or if they've had a seizure or some sort of medical incident. That's all the details we've got at the moment, unfortunately.
As this is a Category 1 incident,
How long we got?
3 minutes.
the team must arrive within 7 minutes of the call for help.
Obviously, we need to get there as soon as possible. Figure out what's happened. Preservation of life is key with this one. If he is in need of some kind of medical intervention, let's see if we can get him that as soon as possible, get to hospital as soon as possible.
1 minute later, they get news that the patient is breathing but fitting.
Patient is breathing very heavy, but quite noisily. So it could still be a sign of a cardiac arrest or something like that.
Yeah, I'll grab a life pack.
The high-speed joint response car arrives just before an ambulance crew. Upstairs, they find a young man who appears to be having a seizure.
Sats have come up now, to be fair. Oh, they're still twitching loads.
Oh, twitching?
Yeah. Could just be tonic seizures.
Tonic seizures manifest themselves by stiffness in muscles.
Just go pop a little needle in your hand, all right?
Seizures can stop the victim's airways.
Okay, that's in nicely.
The patient is cannulated,
Perfect.
and Nathan administers diazepam, an anticonvulsant.
Has he hit his head at all recently?
He hasn't, no.
No, that's fine.
Look at the help we've got, Carl. Yeah?
It was the man's girlfriend who called 999.
You should be proud of what you've done. Yeah?
She's in shock, as he's never fitted before.
You got really quick help from the paramedics, all because you. Yeah? So you should be proud of that.
That's it. It should start relaxing you a little bit now.
7 minutes after the medic's arrival, the man's fitting stops.
Take a nice deep breath again. That's it.
But then, as Nathan starts to give him oxygen, there's a problem.
Pupils are starting to twitch again now.
The patient's eyes begin to twitch again, a sign the fits have restarted.
Seems like he's having some sort of seizure-like activity. It seems like he's going to go back into another seizure now.
Kent, known as the Garden of England, has hundreds of miles of country lanes, which present their own set of challenges for the Joint Response Unit.
Yeah, 01, don't worry, we've literally run a corner. We'll keep running and we'll give you a hand.
Paramedic Chelsea and Special Sergeant Jack are on their way to what sounds like a hit and run. A job where both medical and policing skills will be needed.
We are going to a car versus cyclist. Officers have said that he's unable to speak properly, he's groaning in pain, and he's unable to get off the floor. It sounds like potentially a serious injury, RTC.
Other police units have arrived.
Hello, bud. Yeah.
But they need Chelsea, who's the first paramedic on scene.
My name's Chelsea. I'm just going to fully do another top to toe on you, all right? Where's the worst of your pain right now?
That's in nicely. Breath again.
In Chatham, paramedic Nathan is treating 16-year-old Kyle, who's having multiple seizures.
He's going to go back into another seizure now.
No one knows what brought them on, but Nathan is giving him diazepam to stop them.
Oh, hello, mate. There we go. That's it. Keep your head up like that for us.
Kyle's mother is on hand to help calm him down.
Do you feel sick?
Yeah, might as well, just 'cause it's dropped a bit. I'll do these ones.
Fun? No, so that's because of the medication we've given him. It slows his breathing down a little bit, but it helps stop the seizures.
The seizures have stopped for now. So Nathan secures his oxygen supply and prepares him to be moved to the ambulance.
We're just going to move you off the bed into our wheelchair and take you outside to the ambulance, okay?
Get the chair, I'll just lift him over the chair.
Hold on to my hand, Kyle. I'm just going to sit you forward. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Well done, mate.
Sorry, I'm going to go backwards into here a little bit.
Kyle will be taken to hospital for an MRI scan
So just keep your head back for us, that's it.
to hopefully solve the mystery of why he's had a seizure.
He's all good.
Mum can go with him, but his girlfriend, who saved him by calling 999, will have to make her own way to hospital.
Because you're 16, it needs to be your mum. All right, but as soon as you're well enough, she can come up and see you.
Girlfriend was a little bit upset, obviously quite traumatised, she's quite young, so I've been reassuring her. That's been my sort of main job. While they've been working on Carl, I've been reassuring family here, keeping everyone else calm. So he's never had anything like this before, so really to try and get to the bottom of that. So it's been a really positive job, and he's off to get the best care that he's going to have.
In West Malling, just outside Maidstone,
Hello, bud.
the joint response team are with a cyclist who's been involved in a suspected hit and run.
So what exactly happened, in your own words?
It's coming down the hill.
Yeah.
Black Fiesta coming up. And I thought, he's got to give me a bit of room, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, instead of giving me room, he come towards me for more.
Right,
Like,
okay.
He's trying to hit me. I thought, what are you doing?
Okay.
It's all happened in a split second. I thought,
So did he hit you?
yeah.
Yeah, he hit you and you come over the handlebars.
Make my decisions where I actually know where to go, so...
Yeah, no, of course, mate.
With the cyclist confirming the hit and run claim, the police side of the joint response unit now start their own work.
By the sounds of it, our chap's coming down the hill, and as he's starting to come around a corner, he said a Fiesta was coming up and has clipped him. There's clear damage to the frame of the bike. The frame itself is bent, roughly where his leg would be. His wheel's also buckled, and the car that's hit him has also kindly left part of his wing mirror. Patrol's gone up the road to see if they can find some CCTV cameras, to see if we can identify the black Fiesta, because that's all we've got at the moment. And if they can, we'll review it, see if we can find him, stop him, have a chat with him, and then he can account for what's happened and why he hasn't stopped.
Even though the cyclist is conscious and lucid, Chelsea's priority is to check for signs of concussion.
Any visual disturbances like blurry vision, double vision, stars in your eyes? Felt sick at all since it happened?
A little bit sick, but
More the pain, just saying. Right, so I'm going to go all the way down your back. Any pain?
Just a scratch.
This leg? Lower leg? Pain down there? Right, okay. I'm just going to lay my hand on it. Is this where your pain is? Okay. Anything around here? Yeah, all round here, is it?
Yes.
See if we can get this up.
The cyclist appears to have landed on his hip and may have fractured it.
So it's failing to stop at the scene of a road traffic collision. So it's a traffic offence, but, you know, just general human nature. You know, if I was to even so much as think I've hit someone, you'd stop and check to make sure they're okay. It could have been a lot worse. If he was knocked unconscious, then it would have just been somebody passing that may have seen him, and it could have been any time before we knew.
Chelsea needs to get the cyclist off the road, but given his injuries, the move could be extremely painful.
I want to try and pop a cannula in you to get you some pain relief.
All right, no, seriously. Seriously.
We're going to move you, and if you're in this much pain now, you're going to be in a hell of a lot of pain soon.
Can I see if it, then can I decide?
Are you sure?
I'm really, I hate pills, needles and pain relief.
I can't force you, but I would recommend it, is all.
I'll let you know if I need it.
Okay.
His reluctance to take any pain relief medication is going to make the move even tougher.
I'm not gonna lie, I think you are gonna change your mind. And if you don't, I am gonna be so impressed.
I'm not a hero.
Don't be a hero, because it's here. We're gonna put a scoop in underneath you to get you on there. But to be able to do that, we need you flat on your back. So we'll give you a hand, but I think the best thing to do is for you to do as much as you can on your own, because of just in terms of pain, you know.
Yeah, sure. You need to roll onto something.
So you need to roll onto your back.
What we've done is we've put part of the scoop next to you over your left shoulder.
Yeah.
Go on, go for it.
That's it. Well done, Steve.
Well done, bud. All right.
Well done, Steve. That's it. Lovely jubbly. Oh, lovely jubbly. All right, Steve.
So we need this more flat. There we go.
Well done, Steve.
Well done, bud. You're doing really well, Steve, all right? How's your pain? Ready? We're going to roll towards us, all right? Just watch his hip, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Legs on your hip. Oh, lovely. Right,
good man.
Whoa. We're all in. You're good. You're all right.
Gas now? You good? Well done, Steve. I'm really impressed.
With the cyclist on the scoop,
So on 3. 1, 2, 3.
he can be moved without risking damage to his potentially fractured hip.
Perfect.
There you go. There should be one to your right hand. I don't know.
He's got at least, at the very minimum, gravel rash, potentially further injuries in his hip. It's quite a steep hill and you can pick up lots of speed. He said he's lucky that he knew that you have to slow for this corner. So, yeah, very lucky that he's come to a rest here and hasn't had any further injury. I don't think he'll be walking anytime soon.
Kent is England's 5th most populated county, bordered by London to the north and the Channel to the south, and crisscrossed by a network of country lanes and motorways. And patrolling them after dark can make for a busy night for the joint response teams.
So a male's driven his vehicle into the hedge. By the information we've got, he's not trapped, but he's got bleeding from the nose. His airbags have been deployed, so it looks like he's sort of gone in, potentially hit the steering wheel, which has caused those injuries on his nose.
Special Sergeant Hannah and paramedic Nathan are going to one of the many RTCs, or road traffic collisions, that occur in the county. Emergency services here deal with more than 4,500 every year, and having a dual emergency response is ideal.
Obviously, a paramedic can do the initial assessment for any injuries, and as a police officer, we can almost do the legal side, so any traffic management, but also assess what caused the RTC, start to break down, do we need any other resources there, are there any offences that have caused the RTC?
They on the right? Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
The RTC and Pittsburgh, please.
He's off the road.
The car's mounted the pavement and the driver is dazed but conscious.
Hello, mate. I'm Nathan from the ambulance service. It's all right if I do a few checks on you? Yeah. Yeah? I'm just going to shine a light in your eyes a sec. What's happened, mate?
I don't know. I didn't know what happened, to be honest. I come around the corner.
Yeah.
The next thing I lost control of it. And I was up in the ears, you know what I mean?
While Nathan examines the driver, Hannah's working out what happened.
It appears that he's actually driven up onto the roundabout, ended up coming back off the roundabout and into the hedge to the left. So he's actually made contact with the top of the roundabout.
His trip over the 4-foot-high roundabout has left parts of his motor strewn across the scene.
Obviously, he didn't take the roundabout as he should have. You could smell a bit of alcohol on him. He doesn't seem really with it. So because he's been involved in an RTC, we're going to require a specimen of breath from him. So, yeah, definitely a bit of a strange one. You wouldn't expect that normally when you come to a roundabout.
Did you black out at all?
No, not at all, no. I was driving.
You got any pain at the moment? No, good. Do that one more time, just do your blood pressure one last time, and they'll take it all off.
With Nathan satisfied the driver isn't severely injured, Hannah can take over.
How old are you? Today is your birthday. Right, so because you've been involved in a traffic collision, okay, I'm going to have to require you for a specimen of breath, all right? So I need to ask you a few questions first. So have you had anything to drink in the last 20 minutes, alcohol or otherwise? Okay, what have you had to drink? You could do, don't know. You've had a lager, yeah? Okay, and you have admitted that you've had a drink tonight, yeah?
Because the driver's admitted to having a drink just before the crash, Hannah needs to wait 20 minutes before she can do the breath test.
All right, nice one, big breath until I say stop. Blow, 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 blow. That's it. Stop, stop, stop. Right. The time is 22:28, and you are under arrest, okay, for drink driving.
It's a Saturday night, and I think the pubs and clubs are going to start chucking out. So things are probably getting a bit busy, and unfortunately, the calls are stacking.
In Gillingham, in northwest Kent, police officer Jack and paramedic Lisa are responding to an urgent incident in a residential area.
79-year-old on a street in Gillingham. Caller states patient is intoxicated, fell, bleeding head injury, pool of blood on the floor, cold to touch, deathly colour.
He may have just fallen, he may be intoxicated, he may have been assaulted, it could be anything.
It's one for us because A, we can go and give him the treatment he needs, and B, he's in a public place, he's in a road.
But it's not just the injury that's concerning the team.
Temperature outside at the moment is 7 degrees. It's going to be quite cold. And obviously if he's got a reduced level of consciousness from the head injury, it's going to be quite difficult to assess. So ideally we're going to need to get an ambulance to him as soon as possible, so at least we can get him off the ground and start checking him over properly.
They arrive at the street and are flagged down by 2 women.
Yeah, on the floor up here. Oh, okay, darling. Roy, do you remember falling over? Do you remember what happened?
No, I don't.
I would really like you to get that head looked at, all right? Because
I don't want to go in that hospital.
No, listen.
I won't go in that fucking hospital.
Let me have a little look.
All
right.
In Kemsley, on the North Kent coast, the driver who crashed his car and failed a breath test is under arrest.
So the legal limit is 35 and you blew 68. Okay, which is pretty much double, isn't it? All right? 70 is double and you blew 68. All right? So you're over the legal limit. Okay? Unfortunately, you won't be going home tonight. All right? Come here. I'm gonna go to bed. Well, what we'll do is we'll take you down the station as soon as we can, all right? Sober up down there and then they'll interview about it in the
Given the man was nearly twice the legal limit when he hit the roundabout, the outcome of this crash could have been far more catastrophic.
He's collided with the roundabout here. It doesn't look like he's attempted to brake or turn for the roundabout at all, just not seen it. It bounced off and then come to a stop here on the pavement. The airbags have done what they should do. The car's taken all the impact and he's walked away with no injuries.
It seems a straightforward case of suspected drink driving, but as the driver is about to be taken away, the police discover a suspicious-looking item.
What's this?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
The gentleman had a tube on him that's got leftover cannabis in it. So we're just trying to request to see if there's a drug swipe that can come up, and now drug swipe them out for cannabis in his system.
Drug wipes take a sample of saliva, which can show if a person has cannabis or cocaine in their system.
Take the tongue out, so I need to take a swipe of the tongue as well.
And after an 8-minute wait, it shows the driver is positive for cannabis. But he isn't going straight into custody. The Joint Response Team's paramedic is needed again.
Since being arrested, the patient's developed some lower back pain, so he's going to need to go to hospital to have that checked out a bit further.
Police custody won't accept prisoners if they're complaining of pain, as the driver now is.
If you want to follow me, we'll go put you straight in the back of the ambulance. Watch your step as you come up in.
Located in a pool of blood, but...
Caller states patient is intoxicated, fell, bleeding head injury, pool of blood on the floor, cold to touch, deathly colour.
In Gillingham, the JRU team have been called to help an elderly man
Tell me where you've been this evening, darling.
who's fallen over
He's been up the pub.
and injured his head.
Do you remember walking down this road on your way home? You do?
Yes,
You do?
That's right, darling. You're right.
And do you remember falling over?
I don't think I fell.
I think he was unconscious.
Okay, so these lovely two ladies found you on the floor, but you don't remember anything about that, no?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. All I want to do,
Yeah, but we've got to get your head checked.
We need to get your head checked,
Yeah.
Roy. Have you got any pain anywhere else at all?
No.
No? I'm going to just step behind you and have a little look at your head.
I don't want to go into that hospital.
All right, let me have a little
I
look.
hate that hospital.
All right, let me have a little look at your
I don't want to go
head.
in that hospital. But my wife died in there.
All right.
Paramedics can often find it hard to persuade people who've drunk alcohol to accept treatment.
Roy, listen, I would really like you to get that head looked at, all right? Because
I don't want to go
No,
in
no,
that
no,
hospital.
no, listen.
I won't go in that fucking
listen,
hospital.
listen.
My wife died in there, and I want not go in there.
No, listen. What I'm trying to say is, I can't do it here, so I'm going to get an ambulance to come here so we can get you off the ground. We can get you inside the ambulance, and we'll look at you properly. All right, I can't really do it safely out here in the street.
Tell you what.
You're not going.
Oh.
No, you're going to go to hospital. Get your head checked, yeah?
This could be my hand.
No, it's not. You've got to drink your life.
Head injuries can often be difficult to diagnose, so Lisa needs to complete more checks to make sure the elderly man hasn't had a stroke or is suffering from internal bleeding.
Put your hands against my hands for me.
Yeah.
Just push against my hands. Lovely. And now I want you to pull me towards you.
Lovely lady towards you.
As if you're going to pull me in for a hug.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
sorry.
That's fine. We're just checking to make sure your arms and your limbs and everything are moving okay, that there's no weakness, there's no risk that you've had a stroke or anything like that. Roy is not obviously quite as serious as we thought when we were driving here. Yes, there is some blood on the floor, but again, not quite as big a pool of blood as we first thought. We're going to get him up, get him inside the ambulance, and then we can assess him and look at that head better, because obviously the light out here is not great. He has had a bit to drink, but he does remember some things, and other things he doesn't remember. But that may be normal for him, or that may be the head injury. So we need to do a little bit more of an assessment, and we'll find out what's going on with him.
While they keep Roy warm, Jack wants to find out if he's been attacked.
How did you get your head injury? How did you bang your head? Did someone do it to you, or did you fall over, do you think?
I don't remember doing that.
You don't remember? Did someone do it to you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
No.
This is your ambulance crew.
I don't want to go in that hospital.
No, what we're going to do...
Checks. You're going
I
to get
can't
checked.
go in there.
No.
But my wife came out, she went in there and she came out dead.
With Roy still adamant he's not going to hospital, it's time for Lisa to turn on the charm offensive.
I'm going to give you a little cuddle, if that's all right.
Yeah. yeah.
So we're going to swing your legs up onto the bed, all right? So we're going to do that in one quick movement. 1, 2, 3. How's that then, all right?
That's all right.
And you've got a cheeky little cuddle as well, eh?
Getting Roy in the ambulance is the first step to getting him to hospital.
Roy, we're just going to give your head a bit of a clean.
Oh, man.
That because you've got that cut at the back of your head.
Have I?
Yeah, so we're just giving it a bit, yeah. So we're just trying to see what's underneath and how deep or how serious the cut is underneath, and then we can take it from there as to what we're going to do. So we're just trying to get away and move the hair away from the top of the wound.
Thankfully, Roy's injury doesn't seem to have done him any major damage, but he still needs to be persuaded to go to hospital for more comprehensive checks. This could be the toughest part of Lisa's job tonight.
We've got a little bit of a concern that obviously you've bumped your head. Now, I know you were adamant you don't want to go to the hospital. They won't, if they don't think it's necessary, they won't keep you in, but we need to get you checked. Okay, so
I don't want to go in there.
I know you don't, but
I think of my wife.
I know.
I know.
But do you,
I know.
I want you to.
In there.
I know.
I know. I want to go in
But I want you to understand our concerns. If they're happy, they're going to send you home. They're not going to keep you unnecessarily.
No.
But I think we need to just get you checked in the first place. I know what you're saying, but like the lady said, you'll be back in that pub next week having a boogie. All right? So you're going to be happy if we take you to the hospital and just get them to check your head. You might not make it to the pub otherwise if we don't get that head checked out. Okay. Yeah, it's for the best. So I'm going to get out of the way and leave you with these lovely two people.
Okay.
All right, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
And get that head sorted out and you'll be having a boogie next week. Roy was obviously concerned about going to hospital this evening. He's recently lost his wife, and unfortunately she passed away at this hospital that he's going to go to. So I can understand his concerns, but we've reassured him as best we can. He's agreed to go to hospital and get the head checked over, so yeah, it's a good outcome.
The joint response teams work a 24-hour shift system, which means at least 2 cars out on patrol. Back at base, another joint response unit is about to hit the road.
Give it a quick wash, quick hoover.
After Special Sergeant Jack has given the car a bit of a spring clean.
I'll give it a little hoover out.
I'll delegate. Doing a great job there, Jack.
With her police colleague having done the dirty work,
Looks like a brand new car.
paramedic Aisha takes the driving seat.
Yeah, 01.
They soon get an urgent call.
We've got a major trauma job. Someone's been electrocuted.
It's a first for paramedic Aisha.
Yeah, I've never done electrocution before, so I suppose it's going to be an interesting one in that aspect. Seems like we've got a critical care paramedic already mobilising towards this, which is great news. See, electrocution can be very bad news. Can do very bad things to your heart, and this patient does have severe chest pain.
Electric shocks can cause severe harm, disabling limbs, damaging the central nervous system, and even disrupting heart rhythms, leading to cardiac arrest. Jack and Aisha arrive to find critical care paramedic Joe already at the scene.
If we just sit you up on the edge of the bed and we can do some checks. Sorry, are you normally fit and well?
The man was apparently repairing a broken lamp, which was still plugged in, sending up to 240 volts of electricity through his system.
Is this the wire here?
It was this one. It's not plugged in, but it's
Yeah.
cut it down. It didn't knock you out or anything, did it? Did it throw you across the room or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm just going to pop this around your arm, do your blood pressure. Then in a moment we're going to be sticking some stickers on your chest. All right, just to... All right, that's just going to squeeze your arm a little bit.
Right, let's try and keep nice and still for us. That's it, let's try to pause here.
The man they're treating lives in the house with his parents.
This gentleman has touched an exposed wire whilst tinkering around with some things in here. He reports to us that he's received an electric shock. Luckily he hasn't lost consciousness or anything like that, hasn't been thrown across the room, which is good things. But he has got chest pain at the moment, which is always a concern with electrocution.
Deaths at home due to electric shocks are thankfully very rare, in single figures each year. But chest pains can be a sign that the electric shock has caused the man's heart to beat irregularly, or worse, damaged a heart muscle.
So I'm just going to have a really quick feel of your chest. Tell me if there's any pain, won't it? And could you just cover your mouth with your hand and cough for me and tell me if there's any pain when you do that? Any pain in your chest when you cough there?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. That's it, if you just sit up nice and straight for me. Just nice deep breaths as you would normally. Right, I'm just going to have another feel on your chest as well. I'm going to put these dots. I know it's a pain, but if you can sit up nice and straight for me. Was that tender when I touched there now, is it?
Just a bit, yeah.
You sure? Because I had a really good feel earlier and you said that didn't hurt. You sure that's uncomfortable?
It's just, just there, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do this ECG and then I'll have another look at that. How bad would you say the pain is if you give it a score out of 10 at the moment?
Oh.
Quite bad.
Trying to back 9, 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
So just try and keep nice and still for me. Well, in a second.
The ECG is showing some irregular heart patterns.
1 or 2 irregular beats, but that can be perfectly normal for some people. But like we said, just because of what's happened, you will need to go to hospital.
Yeah.
I know that's probably not where you want to go, but is that all right if we pop you up to hospital in a second?
Oh,
it's worse when you moved, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Adrenaline's wearing off, he's feeling it now.
And you brought a drugs bag out?
I did, yes.
It's nice and still for me. It should be nice and quick.
Joe gives the man some pain relief.
Drop, scratch.
It's not clear what's causing him to suffer so much pain, so he'll need more extensive checks in hospital.
Did you say your pain's about an 8, 9? Is it worse when you're moving?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Off to the hospital now. Still having quite a lot of chest pain, but it does seem like it's more muscular, so it hurts more when he's moving, when we're pressing the area. But certainly needs to go up to hospital to have some further checks just to make sure, because, like I said, with the heart, you don't want to be messing around with extra electricity going flying through it, so just need to make sure that everything is A-OK. And fingers crossed, he'll be released later, as long as everything is good.
Kent's Joint Response Unit generally deals with incidents that require both police and paramedics. But if they're out and about, the police partner will still intervene if they spot someone committing a criminal offence. It's Friday evening rush hour, and paramedic Lisa and Special Constable Tom have just started their shift.
So it's just a car that's overtaken us doing about 85 mile an hour. Just run a check on it. It appears the MOT expired yesterday. So we'll just stop, have a quick chat, try and pull him off into the services, and just see what we've got, really. Hello!
As well as speeding, the driver has no MOT.
Okay, do you want to jump out and we'll just have a quick look at it?
And illegal number plates as well.
You've got illegal spacing there, so there's got to be a space there, so it's got to be the A's all together. You've got that. There's not a second one, so that's purposely been put there to make it read as an H. Am I right? Right, okay.
This seems to be just a police matter, but Lisa's skills may also be needed.
When I went past you, I didn't even think I was speeding, because my daughter just threw up like 2 minutes before.
Oh, bless you.
So we pulled over on the hard shoulder, wiped her, and then, yeah.
Is she all right now?
She's got motion sickness.
So the driver's getting a fine.
I expect to see those number plates changed next time I see you drive in.
And the daughter's getting something to help with her travel sickness.
there's a vomit bowl and just an Inco pad. If you put it on Little 'Un's lap with this side facing, it will just catch anything that she vomits up. I don't know what to say.
50 quid fine and a sick bowl. Look at that, eh? Right. No worries. Take care of yourself, mate. Stay safe.
Journey. Take care. Bye.
Job done, and just in time.
Tom's seen on the police CAD that there's an RTC car on its side out in Shorn.
All we've got is potentially 4 people in the vehicle.
And the road that we believe it to be in is a country lane out near the country park. So obviously people do drive quite fast through those lanes. Could be that they've just lost control.
On arrival, Lisa's suspicions are confirmed.
It is on its side as we're approaching, we can see. We need the police for scene safety and obviously then paramedics for anyone that's hurt.
Anyone injured at all? Anyone injured at all?
The Joint Response Unit of Paramedic Lisa and Special Constable Tom have been called to a country lane where a car has crashed and is on its side.
Have you got any injuries at the moment?
I've got injuries on my lower back.
Right, okay.
Back, my right foot, and there's glass feeding in my right foot.
Okay.
My right foot hurts. I've started braking. As I've put the brakes on, the wheels have locked up.
Right, okay. Do you need me to grab anything for you?
No, I'm just going to have a quick chat with, find out who's
Each one.
sitting where, and then we'll have a,
Okay, nice.
So where were you guys sitting in the car?
Well, I was behind the driver.
So you're behind the driver, were you in the
While Lisa examines the driver and passengers,
Yeah. Did you all have your seatbelts on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Tom goes to have a word with the man who phoned in the emergency.
So I was like that.
Yeah.
So I'm started reversing to
Right.
get out of the way of it. And it just clipped the front of my car, but I was,
Right, okay.
I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah, okay, okay. I was going to go grab some details.
This isn't the first time the team have been called here.
This is quite a notorious country lane for cars not being able to pass each other. It appears that obviously 2 cars have come against each other. It looks like he's tried to apply the brakes. His anti-lock brakes have stepped in. So he's just tried to swerve to the left to get out the car's way and has ended up the embankment, which caused him to flip. So we've got some minor injuries at the moment. They're complaining of some pains, but they're all walking about. So walking, talking's good. And we'll go from there.
What, of the black Ford?
Yeah.
They're not in it? Down there.
Paramedic Lisa's given all 4 of the occupants of the car a once-over, and she's happy no one's too badly hurt.
They're all saying they ache a bit, which they're going to ache. I'm going to have to do like obs and checks on all of them, and they've all self-extricated. They all had seatbelts on.
An ambulance is on its way. And in the meantime, Tom can start investigating what actually happened here.
What about you doing down here then?
Just was driving back towards London Road. I don't care about the car, as long as all 4 of us got out alive, I don't care.
Just some questions that I need to go through. Okay, have you had any alcoholic beverages in the last 20 minutes? Okay.
Lips around there, tight seal, and just blow like you're trying to blow up a balloon all at the same time, all right? Yeah. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That should be enough. 0, that's fine.
That test has been passed, but Tom's checks have uncovered something else.
Right. So you're shown as having a revoked licence. Why would that be?
Yeah, I've been speaking to the DVOA, but I'm driving on the Section 88 of the Road Traffic Act.
So what was your licence revoked for, actually?
It was because they done the medical investigation.
Right.
And then I was trying to contact their surgery in Ilford, but I couldn't get through to them. I phoned up the DVOA, they said they'd send me further correspondence on the surgery.
Right, okay. So you are saying that you're driving with an exemption under what?
Section 88 of the Road Traffic Act 1988.
All right. So I deal with road traffic as it's not my everyday, so I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to be honest with you.
Of course.
It's not my run-of-the-mill thing, so I'm going to have to look that up.
The man claims to have a legal reason to be driving without a licence, but Special Constable Tom isn't convinced.
Made a mess of it, hasn't he?
So he needs to investigate further.
So our national computer has shown that he's got a revoked licence. He's claiming that under Section 88 of the Road Traffic Act, that he has an exemption of whilst this is being disputed by him, that he can still drive.
The DVLA records say the man's licence has been revoked, but he's saying that he's still allowed to drive while the matter's being resolved.
So potentially, we're going to be looking at 12 points and a hefty fine and likely a disqualification. So it's quite a big deal. So that's why I want to solidify what he's saying.
An ambulance has arrived to take the 4 occupants of the car to hospital once they've been briefed by Lisa.
4 occupants in the car that's on its side, all self-extricated, all complain of lower back pain, but I can't do very much out in the cold and it's not fair to expose and examine out here. A little bit of pain down her left leg, but her legs are shaking, I think, through the shock.
In the meantime, Tom has dug a little deeper.
Essentially, my suspicions were right. The legislation that he's quoted isn't applicable in this circumstance, so that is not a valid excuse for him to continue to drive.
Section 88 of the Road Traffic Act allows people to drive without holding a licence, but it isn't applicable in this case.
Am I okay to jump in and have a chat? Thank you very much. Right, mate. I've had a look into this Section 88, okay? So what you're saying is partially correct, okay? However, unfortunately, part of Section 88 also states that it doesn't apply if your licence has been revoked. No. So I will have to give you a ticket for the no licence. What I've done also is arranged for your vehicle to be recovered as well, because obviously it's on its side, so you won't be able to drive it anywhere. Have you got anyone that you guys can contact to get you back home? No. I think what he's thinking is that the DVLA and his doctor have been discussing as to whether he is fit to drive, and I think he believes that during that period he can drive, and that's what this legislation says. However, what's actually happened is the DVLA have revoked his licence, and he's now trying to go to his doctor for them to say that he is fit to drive. So he hasn't got a UK licence at the moment.
Lisa and the ambulance team have now examined the driver and passengers, and they're ready to go on their way.
So 4 occupants in the car, all extremely lucky. I think from their account and the witness's account, they've gone up the bank. The car has almost momentarily paused and then rolled onto its side. So I think they've got a few aches and pains and they're going to ache tomorrow, but yeah, very lucky. Looking at that, if they were going any faster, it would have been a whole different story. Perfect job for the joint response, because obviously you've got patients that potentially have got injuries, and also you need a police presence for road closure, scene safety. We didn't need any more resources other than the 1 ambulance to be able to examine the patient. So we've not, withdrawn any further resources from the police or from the ambulance service. So yeah, perfect job for the joint response.
As I've put the brakes on, the wheels have locked up.
Right, okay.
This could be my end.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Oh, hello, mate. That's it. Keep your head up like that for us. Just keep your head back for us, that's it.
I'm just going to fully do another top to toe on you, all right?
That's it, grab that side, there we are.
Is that tender when I touch there now, is it?
Just fit there.